Hello everyone, I'm Alfian and today we are going to solve the HackerRank challenge on the problem solving session called this F the prisoner. And for this particular challenge, it says a jail has a number of prisoners and a number of threats to pass out to them. The jailer decides the fairest way to divide the threats is to seat the prisoners around a circular table in sequentially numbered chairs. A chair number will be drawn from a hat, beginning with the prisoner in that chair. One candy will be handed to each prisoner sequentially around the table until all have been distributed. The jailer is playing a little joke though. The last piece of candy looks like all the others, but it tastes awful. Determine the chair number occupied by the prisoner who will receive that bad candy. And for this example right here, we have the n parameter, which is a value of 4, which the number of prisoners, and the m right here, which is the number of candies that needs to be passed of each prisoner, and the s right here is starting chair or the starting index of prisoner that the jailer will pass on the candy as the beginning point. And the description says there are 4 prisoners, 6 pieces of candy, and distribution starts at chair 2. The prisoners arrange themselves in seats number 1 to 4. The prisoners receive candy at positions 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3. If you notice this, the amount of sequential number has 6 steps. From this step to right here, the chair number 2, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 candies. And the prisoner to be warned sits in chair number 3, and the prisoner number 3 or has been sitting on the chair number 3 will be warned that the last candy is tastes awful. And for this function description right here, complete the save the prisoner function in the editor below is to return an integer representing the chair number of the prisoner to warn. If the prisoner has the following parameters, which is the first parameter, which is the n in the form of number or integer, the number of prisoner, and then the second parameter, which is the number of candies, and then the last parameter, which is s, is the number that is starting point of the prisoner. And the expected output is in the form of integer, and we are using TypeScript. If you want to use something else other than TypeScript, then go ahead. I encourage you to do so. And the returns is the number of chair number of the prisoner to warn about the candies that taste bad. Okay, so without further ado, let's solve this out. At first, maybe we are trying to use a naive approach by iterating over the n right here, and then we declare an answer variable which points out from the starting point and then iterates over the for loop or while loop based on the number of candies of the m parameter. And then as we loop over the iteration, and if it is hitting the last prisoner, then it will start again from the prisoner number 1, and then the number of m or the candy will deplete one by one. But that will take a lot of processing point, especially the big O notation. It will take an if check, another performance overhead like logarithmic complexity, but instead we are using a more simpler approach by using a basic mathematics sequence that takes only one calculation without iterating over the while loop or the for loop. So let's visualize this by creating, we have 4 number of prisoners. We have 1, 2, 3, and 4. Prisoner number 1 and then prisoner number 2. And then we have 6 candies, which is 6 candies, and then we need to start from the index 2 or the starting from the prisoner number 2. And then as we loop over the prisoner 2, then we pass into 2, 3, 4, and then start from 1 again, 1, 2, and then 3. And that way we got 6 candies, and then the answer is 3 that we need to return because the candy tastes bad. And the starting point is from the prisoner 2 of the s parameter, and that way we need to somehow find 3 as our answer. And we are using the s, which is the number of starting point, and then the m itself or the number of candy. If we use the m with s, s plus m, and then we got the index. Let's say we have 2 added by 6, which is the number of candies, and then it will get 8, or the chair number 8. But then again, we only have 4 chairs, which only each of the chair is filled with the number of prisoner. We only have 4 prisoners. And that way, since 8 is equals to 3, how do we do that? Why 8 equals to 3 is because if we start over the 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3 again, and then it is the same thing as 2, 3, 4, and then 5, 6, 7, and then 8. And then if you notice this, we have the value of 8 from the calculation right here, but then it's not being aligned correctly, and then we can use the 8 minus 1 to get our answer, and we have 7 that aligns well with the chair number 3. That is the real sequence, and this is the sequence if we consider the number of chair in circle motion, or starting from the 1 again, from the last chair. And then we got 7, and that equals to 3. You should take note that if it is a value of 6, then the chair to be warned about is on the chair number 2. Let's say in order to get number 6, we need to reduce this calculation from the m parameter with 4, and that way we got 6. Oh, I'm sorry, it's not 4, but it is 5. Since we are trying to use another example, let's say we have number of candies which is only 5, then it will stop on the chair number 2. And let's start from the 2 again. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that way we got 7 as the calculation from the s plus m. But in reality, if we consider the 5 number of candies, then and the starting point is on the chair number 2, and then the sequence would be 2, 3, 4, 1, and 2 again. And then this one is 7, as simple as reducing the number of 7 by 1, and then we got 6, and then 6 is aligned well with the chair number 2. Okay, so the formula is the s plus m minus 1. That is the formula that we need to solve, that we can use to solve the challenge. And then we can declare a constant called the answer, and then takes the s plus m and then minus 1. And then in order to get the real answer of 2 from the 6, then we need to somehow divide the number, because it is always starting from the 1 again, and then continues going up again, like 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then starting again from 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then as we know, the sequence will always starts to 1 again from 4. Then we need to divide this by the number, based on the number of the prisoners, using the modulo, in the modulo of n. And that way we got the 6 modulo 4, and we got 2 as the answer. Why is it 2? It's because if we look over the 6 modulo 4, which only applies on 4 times 1, and 4 only applies on 4, either 4 times 1 and then equals to 4, or 4 times 2 is equals to 8. Since it is 6, then we need 2 more number in order to get to the 8. And that way we are returning 2 as the answer from the modulo operation. And the 2 is the real answer that we are looking for from the sequence number 6 that aligns with the chair sequence. We have the chair sequence, and then we have the real sequence. This is for alignment. And that way we can use the modulo of the n, the number of prisoner. And then the final answer will be return to check if the answer is 0, is equal to 0, then we return the n. If it's not, then we return the answer using the ternary operator. So let's run the code to see if it works, and then let's submit this. I will explain about using the ternary operator of why we are using the ternary operator to check if the answer should be 0, then we return the n as the answer, or the number of prisoner, which is the chair 4. And then if it is not, then we should return the actual answer from the answer variable right here. Let's say for another example, we have the number of prisoner, which is 4, n equals to 4, and then the next one m equals to 4 again, and then the s equals to 1, that starting chair is 1, and the calculation will be 1 since it is s plus m, and then it starts from 1 plus m is equals to 4, and then we got 5, and then minus 1 we got 4, and then 4 modulo by the n, which is the number of prisoner, and then equals to 0. That is the real answer. If it is 0, then the n will be triggered from the after the question mark, and will be returned. If it is not 0, or it is something other than 0, the result 0, then it will return the answer instead. It is the same thing as, if you still confused, it is the same thing as if answer is 0, then return n, else return answer, and that is the same thing. So if we submit this again, it is the same thing. Or since it is already handled by the if and then return, then we don't use the else because it is redundant, and we can just pass the return answer as the actual answer if it is not fulfilled with the answer equals to 0. Why we are returning if answer is equal to 0, then we return the n. If we look closely, we have the sequence of 1, 2, 3, and 4 based on the number of prisoner of the n right here. And then the m, which is the number of candies, we have 4 candies, and then the starting point of the index, or the starting index of the chair, is starting from number 1. Then as we pass in the candy, the sequence will be 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 4 is the real answer. Since it is 0, then we'll return the n, which is the number of prisoner right here, and then we return 4 as the last chair of the prisoner that sits there. Okay, so that's about it. I hope you understand my explanation. If you still don't understand, you can ask me in the comment section, or if you have any better solutions regarding this challenge, tell us what you think in the comment section. Thank you for watching the video. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.